Yeah.
I'll watch the documentary.
All right. So the first thing he said was that the area between the 2 posts and 4 meters is ours.
And he said it's like an arc from the post around the post.
Yeah, so it's like a hockey arc.
Like a hockey arc. So he said we need to have the mindset so that we can know that's ours, and that's how we have to have the attitude to go with it. So what he was talking about was when you go to seal off, instead of sealing off around to the side. So if this is the 2 meters all the way down, he said
behind us.
Yeah, cage is behind you.
Behind us, and this is 2 meters down here. He said don't try to seal off directly out. Try to seal around and like so that you could go in an arc around it and not just out, because that'll take you outside of the post.
He also said that inside 2 meters is almost never called, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter if you go around the arc if you're inside 2 meters.
So he said if you're supposed to set, you said the goal's back there. He said
Goes back there?
They're back here.
Yeah.
So he said don't go to fight for position as soon as you can. Like wait until it gets to one side or the other. So if it gets to that side, you're gonna punch through with your opposite arm. So, yeah. And then he said the breaststroke kicks is the most important part.
Twice with your hands and your legs, because you can use your hands and the defender can't use their hands.
And then go right into egg beater as soon as you do with your breaststroke kicks. He said imagine like you're both going at each other like this. Well, yeah.
Yeah, like you want to go up and like kind of bring him up like that. So that's gonna bring his hips down.
When you go underneath, you want to get his shoulder, under his arm, like your shoulder underneath it,
yeah.
so that you're underneath.
Bring his arm when you're going like this. Bring his arm and bring it over top and up.
And then
like
as soon as you do that, then you do your breaststroke kicks, and that's what's going to push like this, and then
your hips down and his back up and that.
And the point of that is so that you have more surface area. So if he's flat against me,
like
I have
this.
a lot more area to push off.
Well, let's just demonstrate. So if I'm like this and you push my hips back like this, it's a lot easier to push off than if I have my hips like this.
Yeah, if you have the hips up, then I have nothing to push off of. I'm just
you can get your whole back against his whole chest to push off instead of just your shoulders to the top of his chest.
Sounds like the first thing, right?
So yeah, that was the first thing. So like, that's the goal.
Yes, I have.
What he was talking about.
Sorry.
We're in the middle of a documentary. Sorry.
So we're talking about
Cecily. Sorry.
All right, so it's here we can go. All right, so it's like this, and the ball's back there, and it's over here. Like the palm facing like this with the goal straight on, and the ball's over there. You can seal with this arm, bring him over top, 2, and then ball in, and then step out, and then the same thing for the other side. And then just the right arm goes under and seal. And you need to get your tricep underneath your elbow and kind of push it back. And that's another thing. That's another access point where you can get him up.
When after he did his 2 breaststroke kicks, he did almost like 2 chicken wing backstrokes.
Yeah, so you like,
and when he's using his strokes, he's using his shoulders and knocking into your back.
And the defender, the defender is going to be like this. So because you're pushing it back with your elbows, obviously not above water, but just with your arm. They said make sure your shoulders are really wide and your arms are really wide.
He said your shoulders being wide is more important than your arms being wide. It's hard to get around people's shoulders than it is to get around someone's
And the
arms.
second thing that he told us was when we'll just demonstrate first, and then
so the goal's behind us.
So like we'll do this one. Yeah. Let's do this one. So then the ball's over here.
It's like if your hand is like here.
So who's whole set?
I'm the set.
You're the set. Okay.
Yeah, so like I'm holding him like this under like the meat of his arm right here. So the ball's over here, and I'm like this, and I go like this, and swing over like that, and then what you want to do is like wrap around him like that. And he was talking about maybe like when you're going like this, if you're setting to like go like that, just go off, and then like get like
around
right there on him, and you gotta push off like that. Kind of not push off, but like just hold him.
You're pushing the defender back. Because when the defender is going from this close to you and moving around, it creates space between you, and then we're supposed to capitalize on that and shove him back, so that we get better position, we get deeper and closer to the cage. And that's what he was talking about, the 2 meters. It doesn't matter how close you are.
Yes.
The other thing, you want to stay in the arm. So when he's coming around, come around. If I'm coming this way, I'm sorry. So I'm coming along here. He's coming in and he's keeping his arc.
keeping my arc around it.
So instead of being 7'3", now he's 7'2", and he's closer to the cage.
So like this, and like every time you should be coming closer to the post and down. So like instead of going around like this and having it go like that and just spinning and staying like this, having it go like this into him, out, down, and then back, so that you're always you have the most angle that you can be at, and not just facing the front.
Yeah, he doesn't want you to have the defender to lock the defender up here, because that cuts off one more position that the ball can be entering. He'd rather have you lock the position over on this side, where there's only one position taken out, and you have the other rest of the people still pass it. All right.
Okay, so then that's probably pretty much it. And then the last one was just pretty much like a hold to keep your defender where you are. So if I'm trying to hold and wait for them to give me the ball, now I'm gonna hold this way. What I'm doing is
you want to get get it underwater for this one.
It's like the arm.
So that you can hear
my left arm comes around under his arm and holds right here at his hip, right here at his hip, and then it's like I can push him like this. So it's like this. So I'm holding down there.
So it's
Holding down there
around the back,
and his arm is above me.
So, and there's there's a way to escape it. You're not going to figure it out. The other hand is here.
Here, and then you can like
So
push him.
You can push and you can hold, and I
control
can't
the
go
hips.
anywhere.
Control
So
the hips.
this is
pretty much just like a stationary clear if you're holding wherever
like,
you're holding
if
where you
we're
want.
set, like if the ball's on this side and the goal's over here, and Tristan's set over here, then you do this hold the defender so that
Before
you
you
don't
get into the
And then you're resting on him, so you're resting as the ball gets passed around. And then from that position, you can do a punch through, which was the first thing that we did, and then you're set up onto that side.
and it's kind of like you're almost holding the person close to you like a baby, so that because your hips are up, and if you hold them close like that, it drops their hips and you can push into them. And it's not that you want to push them out because you want to keep holding the position. It's just that you want to hold them there so that once you do get it, you have the chest that we were talking about to push off of. And then another thing he said is when you do that, you have the position like this. You remember how we were talking about the arm underneath like that? Is to come like this.
That's how you escape.
And just, no, that's for the defender. You come in like that. You come in like that. Around like that.
And just flip it around. Yeah. So I would take my left arm and put it through,
And just pull it me out.
and then I would spin and then push off. The only bad part about that is he's still set to that side.
Yeah.
So now, as the D set, I would have to come all the way back around before the
And
whole
then
set.
I would just do this thing.
You can either do that, or you can put him right back to the same hold, and then waste more time for the ball to be able to
And
pass around.
tire him out. But anyway, so then the hold was like this. So when, say the ball's over there, and then we wait for the ball to come over, it's just this, and then the egg up.
Two breaststrokes.
And then you're in position. So that's pretty much the basis of what he told us. He really emphasized the arc because he really wants us to be able to own that position from 4 to 2. So that's pretty much it.
All right. Good start. Glad you guys got in there with him.